Alright, my friends, I'd like to welcome everybody on Twitch and YouTube to Game 2. This is Game 2 of a best of 7 in the loser's bracket of Noe's Apartment Cup. As I was just saying to those here on Twitch, whoever loses this best of 7 has no chance of making it there out of the tournament. Whoever wins still has a fighting chance to qualify for the LAN, which will take place in Germany in February. Daut lost the last game, but he played really well. It was quite a long game. They both made it to the Imperial Age. And Daut will obviously be looking for a victory here this time around. And he has Chinese. The Chinese is definitely better than Incas at the start. In fact, Chinese is probably better than any civ at the start on this map, which is El Dorado. You start with extra villagers, which is always helpful. And you can instantly collect these great fish or these marlins. So huge, huge, huge advantage for Daut, I'd say. You look at Stark. Stark is here in the purple. He's playing as the Incas. Incas are arguably stronger than Chinese in some situations. It's just that Daut's going to have a much stronger economy. But this map is all about the center, my friends. And if you look at the center, you can see that well, not all the gold, but most of the gold, most of the stone is in the center there. And the twist that this map offers is that you can see that at all times. So if Stark were to come forward to collect this gold right now, Daut would have scouting info. He would see that for free. So we see towers, we see man-at-arms, we see lots of aggression here. And after all of the early food is gone on this map, you're relying on farms, which is super slow. And also the farms are really exposed because you can't build them next to your TC. So because everything's so exposed, we tend to see long feudal ages. And I assume we'll see eagles from Incas. Like, I think Stark has to go heavy onto eagles here. But Chinese, they have strong long swordsmen to counter that. They have strong knights to counter that. Incas, of course, have their pikes. Incas, of course, have their slingers. I'm a bit surprised to see Incas here. But I'm just going to tab out quickly. Looking at Stark's other options, he had Celts, he had Huns, he had Slavs, and he had Malians. So maybe he wants to save those civs for later on. Or maybe he felt like Incas was the best pick of the bunch. Did Stark take game 1? Toad Jelly has the score at the top of your screen, my friends. Okay, so Twitch chat, any questions here? Any comments? I've been gone for a week and a half, and I'm seeing people in the chat I haven't seen yet today. So I'm going to slow it down for the next minute till they hit feudal age and talk to you a little bit. What is an admin win? An admin win is when admins take control of the situation. Normally, if you're talking about an actual game, there can be admin decisions. Like, let's say there's a bug, they can call that an admin restart. An admin win means that Daut broke a rule or someone broke a rule. The reason Vinchester got an admin win versus Daut was because Daut he wasn't able to play at the scheduled time earlier. So that's normally when it happens. Will Stark be shirtless if he makes it to the Noe's Apartment Cup 2 final? I don't think he can be shirtless because there will be cameras, but I'm sure that he would prefer that he be shirtless. But then again, it will be in Germany in February, so... Oh! Look at this move from Stark! Stark saw that Daut was trying to place the barracks there, and he just sat over that just to be annoying. T90 official, did you teach Ninja why everyone loves Force Nothing? Yes, Ninja... I had a meeting with Ninja at TwitchCon in California, and he said, T90 official, I'm quitting Fortnite to play Age of Empires 2 because of your influence. And I'm really excited to have Ninja coming in for the co-cast later on today. It'll be a good time. You guys don't believe me? I thought you were more gullible than that. Okay. So 2 on gold for Stark. He has his barracks up. He's making militia. He's on his way to feudal age. We've seen this plenty of times. It will be man-at-arms from him. And Daut is doing the same. Now notice the difference. They're advancing to feudal age at the same time, but Daut has 3 more villagers. Nice little lumber area for Daut. Lumber camp's actually quite good for him. He's making these walls, which... It's normally not possible to wall up your base this early and protect it like he has. It protects his gold, it protects his wood. All he needs to do is wall a bit here, and all of his essential resources for the early game are protected. T90 Official, since you love strategy games, have you ever looked into Cossacks? I've actually never heard of it, so... Something you have to know about me. Sure, I love strategy games, but I'm addicted to Age of Empires 2, and I've played and casted only Age of Empires 2 for 5 years now, so I don't branch out too much. I can appreciate other strategy games, of course. Other games which are similar in time periods. Like, I love history, so... Like, I've never played Civ. My brother bought me all the Civ games. And I never played them. But I can appreciate it. I can appreciate it. But there is a difference. So, what's interesting is... Stark has created 6 man-at-arms. That's a lot of man-at-arms. You won't see players invest into that many on a regular basis. So he should have the advantage in any fights, right? But Daut is actually aware that he has 6. So he's walling up at home. And he's going out to attack with his military. And Stark, he doesn't really know where his opponent is right now. Okay, now he sees it. Now these 2 palisade walls were just huge. But already, nice advantage for Daut to force all of these villagers away. Stark is making archers, and Stark has to send his man-at-arms back. Nice job for Daut. He has less numbers, so he invested less into this. And he's gained so much. He's forced idle time. He's forced a lot of idle time. Idle farms, idle foragers. And, oh! Stark! Okay, Stark sees this. A good job from Stark to see that. But this is just sloppy. And meanwhile, back at home, Daut has a few more villagers. Daut's making archers. I think Daut will be feeling very good about his situation. He gets into the lumber line there. But I think the better move for Daut is not to turn around and fight this. It is to run and just keep Stark's army occupied until he gets some archers. See, if Daut were to turn and fight here, he could think, okay, at least I've killed 2. But then the problem would be that Stark could immediately send all of this military to Daut's base. And that's not what Daut wants. Daut is buying himself some time with this. And really good start for Daut in game 2. Even that small movement with the scout there was big to weaken that archer. Like, all of these things really add up. Okay. Daut does not have the hill, so he will lose his scout. Yeah, he shouldn't have fought that. That's quite a big deal now because he can't see what Stark is investing into. And Stark's in the center. So Stark has gone to the center real early. And now Stark's 6 man-at-arms are engaging here. Honestly, like that for Stark. I really like that for Stark. Look how many hits he got on these archers. He's actually killed an archer. Oh, he almost killed another one as well. So now Stark has the center control. And he's traded versus a few of Daut's archers, so it could be worse for him. I think it's important that he kills Daut's man-at-arms, though, because what Stark will want is a few eagles. And he can't make eagle warriors if Daut still has these 2 units. But, you know, one could say that Daut should have gone to the middle. With the time he had, he should have gone to the middle. Now it's going to be tough. Like, what does he do here? He's versus Incas, so Stark could build more towers in the center. Daut for now is just living off the gold he has here. And he's about halfway through that. Spam this trout to help Daut. Alright, I'll allow it. I'll allow it for this game. Spam this trout to help Daut. That's a quality copy pasta. Now we need one for Stark. T90 Woo. Get your dog to bark to help Stark? Okay, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this. I give up. Quinbo Slice, thank you for the 2-month resub, man. Love that name. Love that name. So, fletching and now armor for Daut's archers. And, oh, Stark. He wants to house wall this off. He just doesn't know the archers are here. Yeah, he's expecting Daut to come this way. This could be good for Daut. He's going to sneak in with archers. He could get a lot of Vil pickoffs at the gold, at the wood. Daut is just passing in here, and Stark has no clue. So Stark does have control of the center, but he's less economy. And oh god, no! No, he's building farms here as well. Oh, this is great for Daut. Stark still doesn't know about this. One villager down. And yeah, now Stark has to pull back. So Stark's on the way back. He leaves his gold. He leaves his farms. He's pretty far behind with the vill count. Just wonder what the play is for Daut here. Still archers and skirms for him. Does he attempt to go to the middle? He could actually loop around and take that gold. Or does he consider going to Castle Age faster and pushing it back in Castle Age? I think that's probably the safer play. Yep, there's a stable now. This will be interesting. If he creates scouts and feudalage, it wouldn't surprise me. These farms are bugged. They are working. I don't know. I think he'll... why don't I stop predicting things, and why don't we just wait to see what actually happens? I'm really torn on what I would do in this situation. I think going to Castle Age sooner would be the better option here. And Daut's not creating any scouts. So maybe keep your archer numbers alive, get to Castle Age, make a few knights, but upgrade your archers to crossbow, and then build a castle in the center, because he's on stone. I think that's what he'll do. Meanwhile, Stark, like, he has center control, but it doesn't mean much to him if Daut can just place a castle here anyway. And Stark's economy is so far behind. Like, Chinese, still very strong in this situation. Spam the shark to help Stark. I love you guys. Who started that one? Who started that one? Was that Geo Loco? Or was that GC Mara? That's amazing. T90 do. Love it. Love it. So Daut, he's going in for more pickoffs, as he probably should. Unsuccessful there. Lost 2 archers. How will Stark react to the castle time from Daut? He needs to get this tower up. And Daut's going to kill villagers. Yeah. Wow. 1 vill down. 2. Wow. Nice job from Daut to see that. Still think this tower will go up. Daut's castle. Where will he place it? I think I'll place it here. Either here or here. I think building it here could be a mistake, though, because he can't get his army in the proper area. Like, Stark could actually build a tower to deny that, so I think you build it here. That's the play. Stark has to expect this now. And he's getting closer, clicking up to Castle Age. And, yeah. He knows the castle will be going up. Elite Skirmisher, Bodkin Arrow, and Crossbow on the way for Daut. He did a smart thing there, guys. He ran in with his army, so the army would take the arrows and not his villagers. So he could lose a villager or 2 here. This castle's going up, though. Like, no doubt about it. Meanwhile, Stark is just on the run. He's on the run. He's building more towers, and he figures as long as he can keep Daut off most of the gold, maybe he'll be okay. He still has access to gold in the center. He clicks up to the next stage. Daut is roaming around with these crossbows. Stark seems pretty far behind, but he has a chance. Roderick, in all tournament games, the default delay, you can see at the top left. You can see the host's time there. The default spec delay for all tournament games is 90 seconds. In some tournaments, players can choose different times, but there's just a 90-second game time difference. Daut's played this really well. He's played this really well. Virtually flawless, actually. And he's going to now go for villager pickoffs on the gold. And look at the value Daut has gotten out of these archers. He picked off villagers earlier. And now he's at least distracting the army from Stark. He's sending in another group now. And I think Stark realizes he's in trouble. If Stark had a big old ball of eagles, I would say, okay, he could push this back, but he really doesn't. Eagles take a long time to mass. And Stark could lose even more villagers here, and yes, he will. He will. He'll lose one. Must not see this. Will he lose two?
Spooky.
She survives. So Stark will go for Eagles. Daut. Oh, he's going for... Oh, battering rams and knights. I like it. Oh, sorry, not knights. He's going for scouts. Well, I don't know how I feel about that one. I think if he pushes out now, regardless, he'll be okay, because Stark just doesn't have the numbers. He has 1 military. So 5 light cav would beat whatever that 1 military unit is. Oh, it's the skirmisher from Stark. Well, yeah, of course. Can Stark hold here? He's building a gate. He's building some houses. Using the choke points. But he can't stop the battering rams from getting in here. The gate just goes right down. Stark's villagers are so exposed. And he's trying. He's trying. Luckily, his villagers have that extra armor, seeing as they're Inca-villes, but it's not looking good for Stark in game 2. It's looking very good for Daut now, as Daut is also in here, killing more villagers, and Stark says well played and calls the GG. So now we're tied up 1-1 in this best of 7. Yeah, I felt like Chinese just gives Daut such a huge advantage. It's almost like a free win at this level, and Daut put himself in a good position in feudal age. That's a pretty big deal. Stark created 6 men-at-arms, and yet Daut had the advantage. That just goes to show you how experienced Daut is in those situations. Daut didn't really need to push. He was always going to have that eco lead. He just needed to hold and take advantage of his economy, and he did just that. Got to the castle age, built the castle, and pushed his advantage home. Well played. Game 3 will be coming up next, my friends. There's the KD for you. But look at the economy. That is just unreal. Unreal. For such a short game, that's a pretty big economical difference. Alrighty. Technology stats, if you want to see that. Society stats is there, and the timeline, of course. But we're going to move on to game 3.